Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in, it's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he's able to stay on his feet through that run, at least until the tackle stops him. He picked up close to 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Brock? It's a gain of 5, 3rd down coming up.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. This is Cox. That's Walker. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Taz Walker touchdown.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think those big old boxing gloves might have made a better catch and a better call than receiver gloves right there for that one. It is going to be a fight to hang on the ball, and we just saw physicality personified.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Hurts now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And 4th and 4 coming up. And we talked about it earlier. Brought a losing streak into the building with him. That is not a good start towards breaking that streak as they go 3 and out.
No, you want to bust that narrative. And the best way to do that is to start fast. And, well, once again, they're not.
He finds him beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Play action. Hurts has it. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Hurts throwing again. Forced out to his right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Set. 180.
It's Hurts once again. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
Even the best of them could be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
And he drives this one into the pouring rain. This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Go! 60 Bison.
He'll work against the blitz. Next on the crosser. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that player has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back to the well again. And another small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger.
Another carry for him. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. A 6-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 13-0 lead. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Dolphins nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Devon Achane to return it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Going trips left here as they get set. First and 10.
Delta.
Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. This gets forward to around the 29. Play is made by Mac McWilliams.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, they need 7. They pitch it to Achane. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And it's going to be first down Miami.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first and 10.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Only gets a yard there to make it second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
Delta.
They go play action. Here's Hurts. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And they come through the sack to bring around third down.
8-yard loss on the play. It's now third down.
Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They'll need something big here to start out. It's third and long. Here he goes, third and long. He's got a man left. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
This offense is not leaving the field. On 4th and 8, they're going for it.
Great. Set. Delta.
They'll indeed go for this. It's Hurts. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
It's a turnover.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Last run got him 7. Here comes second and 3. They give it to him again. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take a 20-zip lead. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21.
Dolphins nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
Offense showing trips outright as they get set for this 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Throw left side, complete. Has some daylight through the 40. Racing down the left side. Inside the red zone. And he will take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins start to fight back with their first points of this game. That is a touchdown to one of their prime receiving targets.
This is really what you pay your skill guys for. You know, I had an old coordinator say it's my job to get you a one-on-one. It's your job to go out and win it.
And wow, Brock, this one is no good. He has been automatic so far this season, but for the first time here, he whiffs on that extra point.
Chase McLaughlin set.
Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it there in the end zone. They'll start their drive at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. On here with Will Shipley. And he manages to find a little traction on that Soaps field as he fights forward for a couple. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
I'll throw it. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yep.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
19, Charger, 19.
3rd and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The punt heads towards the sideline, not returnable. Well done. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Called in left side. And he's brought down at the line.
Yeah, the defense was all over that throw. Able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits his running back. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he stopped.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
And finally, they get to him and send him out as this gets all the way into enemy territory. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that is a Dolphins first down. Hurts yet again. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play. But defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Throwing here hurts. It's everything he has under this one. In the goal line. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins trim the lead down to 9. Devon Achane with the touchdown.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get them on a handoff, pin off a pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and then he can do his damage big time.
Now Hurts getting his guys set for this two-point play. All right, they're going to throw for it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he'll only just stay out of his own end zone down at the 1.
Those defenders, well, they're just as excited as all of us when we get to see a two-point play. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and can energize a defense and give them that swag when the defenses stop them.
And he'll decide to pass on the return here and take the touchback instead. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it gives to Shipley. He dodged the tackle. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to pay off his first down run with a nice pickup of 9. So it looks like it'll be second and maybe a yard as we come back, Brock, from our 2-minute warning. More from Hard Rock Stadium after this. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. And pushing the tight end over. Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First down, and they go right back to it. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
He gets it complete to Will Shipley. And this one doesn't go far.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
To the air on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. Great looking catch, but he lost track of that sideline and went out of bounds. We've got 4th down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Elliott connects there. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
left in the half as they come to the line.
No touch that. No touch.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. He's got Emeka Egbuka. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's going to be first down Miami. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now. This is first and 10.
No touch that. Hey. Go Silver, ready? No touch.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And this one does not go far. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
The positive of that effort, you didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on second down.
Great. No touch.
A play fake now Hurts to throw. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
No touch that. No.
He'll throw it. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. Deep sideline shot is caught, and he gets out to stop the clock.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. There's a 44-yard look from the right hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good, and the lead is back down to 9.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. He's got the squiver. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Achane. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. First and 10.
Great.
From the pistol, Hurts. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
That is not the way they needed to come out of the locker room here to begin the second half. Trailing, you got to play with a sense of urgency. You got to protect your quarterback, and they didn't either.
After the sack, let's see what the offense does here. Second and 18 coming up.
Great. No touch.
Hurts now from the gun. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Double coverage, deal breaker target for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
Great, set.
It's on first down. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So it's 2nd and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete. You're going to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this.
No touch, set. On anyone,
Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out about the 15-yard line.
Their own 15-yard line.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
They'll run now on 2nd down. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Throw here, 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
There's a dive up the middle. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
He's going to loft one deep to the left. Tried to float that one in, and the defender's there for the interception. And the Dolphins are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So first down from the 41. They go play fake with Hurts. It is caught left side. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
Design keeper here for Hurts. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His third total score in this game. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
And he gets into the end zone. That lead is now whittled down to a single point.
Dolphins 23. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's got a lane up past the 30. Makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled.
At their own 37-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. First and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
On first down, they'll run. And he's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Halfway there on first down, that brings up second and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set to go now from the 35. From the gun, Shipley gets it. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The only thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. A give now from the gun. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. That was Kenneth Grant moving in to make that stop.
That's a gain of 3. It's third and
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Check that. Go! Ready, ready.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. This is close, but does not get that first. They're going to be left with a 4th and short. And goes to the hurry up here.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down. And less than
They'll run for this. And this one will not work out for him. He stacked up behind the line and is going to head off after a turnover on downs.
This running back has had himself a day, but not on that play. Finally, a little bit of catharsis for everyone on that defense to keep him from the first and get a turnover, a much-needed turnover on downs.
Dolphins just about set up here. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with H.A. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Blitz coming here. Hurts. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. And we put everything he's got behind it. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35.
at their own 38-yard line.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Back now, pressure coming. Pass him on a quick hitter. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Shipley now up the middle. Great decision to bounce this outside. Brock gets him about 8 yards on the run. It's 2nd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Here's the handoff. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They've got first down here from the 36. Straight ahead with Shipley. slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. This time it's a passing play. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw it. Chased out to his right. Going deep here for the end zone. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles grow the lead to 7.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or close? Do I got a single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He has it inside the end zone. That's going to add 2 to their lead here late. Well, Brock, they wanted the 2-score lead, and they got it. And now, I think it becomes a little bit easier to defend the lead in this second half.
It does. You know you're not such in a fragile situation. You got a little bit of cushion, but that attention to detail. Defensively, you cannot step off the gas. You cannot lose focus, but you sure do love looking up at that scoreboard and seeing a 2-possession lead.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense. But the catch does get him to the 39-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 45.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. He drops it! Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that might do it for him, Brock. Doesn't reach the marker as they turn it over on downs here in the 4th.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. They'll go play action. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles could lock away the win as they make it a 15-point game. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles take a 16-point lead. It's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. First and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
After the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Hurts to throw. Short pass brought in. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set. First down throwing for Hurts. Throw left side, complete. Big man showing up the yards. And he won't be able to take it all the way. Got close, though. Out of bounds just shy of that 10-yard line. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger game.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Flush out now to his left. This one's caught. And he's in for the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's down to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust, and they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a one-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them one snap away from a totally different ball game.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. First and 10. Come through with a big stop there. Got him down for a loss as they keep fighting back here in the 4th. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
On the give, here's Shipley. Solid work on his part. Gets 7 there. It's still third down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Let's go.
Again, it's Shipley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I love that call on third down because it just gives you options. The best third down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of them.
Going to the ground again on first. He's got room to roam. At the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. It's a Will Shipley touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Eagles lead by 15 now.
Dolphins 31. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Hey, Silver. No touch that. No touch.
Now Hurts. Rolling left, buying some time. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit.
No touch that. No.
On first down, Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down.
Brings up second and
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Great. Set. No touch.
Throwing here, Hurts. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
No touch that. No touch.
Here he is to throw. Escapes out to the left. Hauled in left side. And he can't get the first, but he does get out of bounds. Now they're up against it, fourth down.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something, but if they'll get that first down, they couldn't do it right there.
Cut out left. Great work. He gets them the first down. They needed that conversion, and he also stops the clock. That is a clutch 7-yard pickup, partner. Pays off the call to go for it there on fourth down.
Great. Set. No touch.
Hurts yet again. Getting out to his left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
All right, I'm to the point of the game, Kate, now. We got to get the ball out of our hands. He is just taking a beating all game long, and on this drive, yet again, find a way to protect, find a way to run, and get the ball out of his hands.
And that's incomplete. With 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at third and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down.
Great.
Looking to throw it. Headed out right. And there's our last in image of this game. It's intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Miami.